the great thaw of 2022. Time for a Sunbird short. So yeah, it's nice and, I don't know, 30 some degrees out here. Maybe 40, I don't know. But guess what I finally got? Oh, I'm wearing my Spider Garage shirt. Wheel spacers. I've been waiting for these for, oh God, a year. I kept harassing the company every couple of months for a year, and they finally made them. So let's see if they fit. So here's my 15x7 Snowflakes that I had refinished. And they fit the car because I've got S10 5-lug axles in there. But the problem is these have 4 1/4 inch back spacing, and they'll basically a hair away from the inner fender. So once you put a tire on there, the tire's gonna rub. So about 3 3/4 inch back spacing works perfect. So I needed a 1/2 inch spacer. So found this company on eBay, and like I said, I harassed them for every month or two for, oh God, probably almost a year. And they kept saying, yep, it'll be 2 or 3 more months. So they finally got in stock. I went ahead and ordered them, and I was terrified that they wouldn't fit the wheel, but they do. They fit perfectly. So now let's see if it fits the axle. Well, I don't know if I need to take the edge off of this axle. It might be peened over a little bit, I'm not sure. But yeah, it doesn't want to go on there. They're hub centric spacers, so they need to be somewhat tight to that axle hub. But I would think I'd be able to slide them on and off without too much trouble. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I think I'm gonna take the Dremel and just kind of go around here a little bit. They fit the wheel perfect. Just a slight amount of slippity slop. But yeah, this hole here that slips over the axle hub, I think it needs to either be clearanced or my axle needs to be ground a little bit. We'll try the axle first. So yeah, it's just a little snug on that axle hub. I cleaned off the axle hub as best I could, and it still doesn't want to slide out. So I got the Dremel out with this 120 grit flap disc, and just went round and round and round in there a bit. You know, not really enough to take a whole lot of material out, but now, oops, if I can get down there straight, she fits. She fits. So obviously these studs aren't going to be long enough now, so I got to take those out, but that's for another day. So here's the wheel on the car without the spacer in there, and it looks like there's plenty of room here, right? But I think the axle is swung to this side a little bit, because the other side I could barely get my hand between the axle or the wheel and the body. So that's why you got to have these spacers on there. But yeah, the wheel fits with the spacer on there. Just got to change my studs, and that's for another day. So this is the passenger side, right side, and you can see, well, maybe you can't see, there's no room between that wheel and the inner wheel housing. So that's why you got to have the spacer. Now I think the axle might be able to be swung or moved to the right a little bit, but probably not enough. So here we are with the spacers in there, and it's still pretty tight in there, but I think I've got the room that I need. Again, I think this axle will move to the right a little bit, which will probably help, probably be needed. I also know Dave Marsden has these same wheels on his Sunbird, so I know they'll work. But yeah, now it's got to change those studs and get some tires maybe. So there's my beautiful drum brakes. Everything's new in there. I had Jim at JD Race when he rebuilt the rear end, I had him rebuild the brakes too, because, well, he was in there. I figured, what the hell. But I was a dummy and didn't think about the studs. So I gotta knock those out. Should be enough room to knock them out and get the right length studs in there. I also goofed, and I should have brought him my emergency brake cables, because you can't get those in there once the brakes are on it. So you gotta take this thing back apart and get the e-brake cables in there and then put it all back together. So, but that's another day too.